About to get good this morning. In the studio, the return of the machine himself, Mr. Bert Kreischer, back at it. Hello, Bert.
It is so nice to... You know how shocked I was to see you guys at the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I know.
We were more shocked to see you. We were supposed to be there.
I didn't know you guys. I realized it after the fact. But I still have like a childlike exuberance if I know a famous person.
Right.
And like I was with my kids, and so I was like, I know him. And my daughter Isla's like,
and they're like, that's not a celebrity.
They're like, calm down, Dad. And then you said my, and I was filming you guys.
I know.
And then you said my name, and my daughter Isla's like, oh, you really do know them.
Yeah, I know. Crazy. And then you put your shirt up.
Bert was at the March 2 redo, the KROQ show with the Chili Peppers, and it's funny because you know all of us, but yet you didn't reach out to any of us for tickets. And I was actually mad because Jake the nerd said, I think Bert's like sitting front row in the second level, and I said that's impossible. He would have reached out and said, can I get tickets to the show?
And we would have put him all the way in the back.
And we wouldn't have not given him seats that good. So he went to the right people.
Dude, I first of all, I buy all my tickets. I love buying tickets for an event. I get so jazzed to and I go see a lot of concerts. I saw Steely Dan. I saw the Eagles at the Forum. I saw Red Hot Chili Peppers. I saw Queen at the Forum. I saw everything at the Bowl. I love it.
You just saw U2 at the Sphere and cried the whole time?
Oh, nice.
I cried so aggressively that David Copperfield moved away from me. And if you don't cry, you're dead inside. You're dead inside. I talked to Jason Kelsey. He went to the Sphere, and he was like, most emotional thing of my entire life.
It did kind of seem like Taylor Swift Eras Tour level, like people were changed after it.
It's okay, listen.
Because I've heard from people who have gone, and they're like, if you do one thing in your life, you need to go see a show at the Sphere.
It is the soundtrack of my childhood. I know every song by heart without being... I'm a casual U2 fan at best, right? I was... And I have to tell you, it is interactive from the second you get there. From the second you get there, everything you think is real is not real. And the second you realize what you're seeing isn't real, it takes you away. At the top, they have like a little hole, and you see a helicopter flying over the top. And I said to Leanne, I go, oh, well, that's cool. I guess it doesn't rain a lot in Vegas. And she goes, idiot. There's not a helicopter. You think they built something with a hole in the top? And I have performed.
And then you started crying again. She's right.
At the greatest venues in the world. I have Bert Kreischer at Gorge, at Sunset, at Red Rocks. Yeah. I've performed some of the most epic venues. The Forum, May 11th. That is the best venue I've ever been to in my life. There is no venue that's equivalent. There is no show that's an equivalent. It is the greatest thing I've ever witnessed.
Is it not sensory overload, though?
Oh, 100%. And if you allow the panic to be the master of it, you fail. Yeah. But you got to allow it to really overwhelm you.
Like a trip.
It's like a trip.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think I was drinking. I don't know if I was drinking then.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes, you were.
I probably were.
Yeah.
I had amazing seats. You can get some crap seats there. I will tell you that.
Right, because I talked to someone who went, they thought they were great because on the little map, the dot was cool, but then they're like, I got no view.
Yeah.
Really?
They had no view of the dome at all. They couldn't see any of the dome stuff. So they had to watch it on like a live stream.
I mean, there's a point where you feel connected with humanity, and it's all visual. They just make you feel like you're one of a million people watching this show, and it's all visual. They've created a million people watching this show. They take you to the desert. They rebuild Las Vegas from the day it started all the way to where it is today, and you feel like you're looking at Las Vegas.
But Bert, we were talking earlier. Don't you think you now are at a point where you're more emotional? Because it feels like you're crying. Allie said, we were going to do a thing today. We said, call in and make Bert cry, and whoever makes you cry gets tickets to your show. And then we said, it'll be too easy because some guy could just bring up anything. It feels like you are really
You're in touch with your emotions.
In touch with your emotions now.
When you get to, I think when you hit 50, you start realizing the finiteness of life. And you start realizing the girls are in college, things, all these great moments that you were just in a hurry to get through. I was just driving down 3rd Street where I used to take Georgia to school.
And you cried?
No, and I would be in that traffic being like, just get me off of 3rd. Get me over to 6th.
Right.
Like, I just dodge back streets. Today I'm driving it going, I would pay everything in my bank account just to go back to when Georgia and Isla were babies and we're taking them over to 3rd Street School, and you'd find parking and you'd hustle to find parking. And my dad's emotional now. Mm-hmm. But I think when you get to the later parts in your life, you really start realizing how much stuff has passed and how much stuff you wish you could have back. It's hard to be present sometimes.
But aren't you in the, I would argue, just from an outsider, and I've known you for some, so you said 20 years. I can't believe it's been that long. And I remember when your kids were so little that we would chat. You'd be like, I got to talk. I'm talking to a bedwetting expert on the phone right now because we're having a bedwetting problem. And then you're like, it's for me and her. And
now you're close to having your own bedwetting problem.
Yeah, I know. But you now, I would argue, looking at you, this has got to be this is your heyday right here. You've never been bigger than you are right now. Yeah. In the last year, movie, you're doing this race now. Every idea you even talk about. Didn't you start
your own vodka company?
He started his own vodka company.
Yeah, we launched Porosos. We did a soft launch at the Super Bowl, and then did a hard launch in Austin. And I mean, it was everything I'm doing is. I am extremely grateful. I'm filled with gratitude with where I am today. But I think, I was having a panic attack one time. I was with Tim Dillon, and Tim Dillon's just brilliant. He's the best gossip in the world, but just to hang with him, he's really dry. And he goes, What are you nervous about? What are you upset about? What are you freaked out about? And he goes, buddy, it never gets better than today. Today, you're making more money than you ever thought you'd make. You're bigger than you ever thought you'd be. You're the second highest earning comic in the world. You still drink like a fish, and no one's told you to quit. The doctors say your blood levels are great. It doesn't get better than today. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I wake up with that attitude. I went to Boulevard Steakhouse last night, got hammered with Leanne and our friends. Got home, had amazing sex, amazing experimental sex.
Cool.
You did last night.
Wild stuff.
How long have you been with her? How, 30 years?
20 years, and I'm just at the place. I said to her last night, thank you for allowing me to advocate for myself in the bedroom, because we never really did that. I don't know what happened, shifted.
So how does that change then? Who makes the first?
I'll tell you. I can tell you the night it happened. The night it happened, we were at Saddle Ranch. And we were having dinner. It was
where all sexual experimentation begins.
Classy joint.
I just done a spot at the store. She was with me, and we had a couple drinks. I did. She didn't really drink. And two kids walked into the women's bathroom to have sex, and she said, "They were going in there to have sex." And I just flatly said, "We used to be like that."
Yeah.
And something switched in that woman's head. We pull into our house. She pulls under the carport. Right? And I'm like, no one parks in our carport. And she goes,
is that a euphemism? Or?
No. Okay. I pulled into her carport.
I got it. All right, now we're talking.
She got naked in my car
Whoa.
and got on top of me. And we had wild sex in our carport, in my car at 11, 12 at night. And from that moment on, she has said things to me and done things that I feel like it's a brand new relationship. I mean, stuff that that's
what you gotta get. You gotta get comparison.
Carport sex is the key.
No, but when you get compared, because sometimes Katie will watch a show where there's this new hot and heavy lesbian couple or whatever, and she's like,
Love on the Spectrum. I watch it too. By the way, that show's amazing.
And then at the end of the episode,
I can't believe
she's
I didn't date more autistic people.
I just want us to be. She's like, I just want us to be obsessed with each other. I just want us to worship each other. And I'm like, all right, well, it's 9, so I got to go to bed. But I mean, it's like that, where you're reminded of that spark of that thing, and that's what can kind of flip the switch, is you comparing yourself to that couple and being like, we have to be like that. We used to be like
Leanne's
that.
on the text line. She says sex was mediocre at best last night.
She did not. I did some wild stuff.
All right, listen. When we get back, Bert Kreischer is here. Bert, you are going to be battling AI technology in a round of what usually we call man versus machine is going to be machine versus machine. Questions that you should know. Can you do better than an actual robot using billions of points of data? We think you can.
I just learned what ChatGPT is.
That's what you're going to be battling today.
Yeah.
That's what you're battling. And
you're battling AI.
I'm going to give you a practice one now because we got to take a break, but there's a practice one. How would you defeat a zombie, Bert? Because we did ask the robot technology what they would do, but you're a real man who's had real life experiences. How would you, Bert Kreischer, defeat a zombie?
I think. Well, I'd start off telling them the machine story.
All right.
And hope that he said, "Oh, I've already seen this," and walked past me.
Heard it before. Not interested. This is what the technology says.
Strategies could include using firearms, blunt objects, or even barricading yourself in a secure location. However, it's worth noting that zombies are fictional creatures.
ChatGPT doesn't like jokes.
Oh,
they take it very seriously.
And they don't like racism.
No, they do not.
Type in some racist stuff, and it's like, I'm sorry, I can't answer that. You're like, I thought you were the internet. You're the most racist place there is.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. More Bert Kreischer next. K-Rock.
The world famous KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ.
Great Bert Kreischer in the studio right now. The Machine recently at the KROQ Chili Peppers show, and you say as an LA guy that did not leave LA for tax reasons, like all of your rich famous friends, to see the Chili Peppers playing at a home show at a venue that's been there. It's exactly how I felt. It's just one of those moments that you will think about.
How great was the opening of that? With
I know it there when they were just like jamming, and then Flea was like doing a walk on his hands.
Dude, especially with like celebrating LA is really cool. You forget how cool LA is. I went to opening day at the Dodger Stadium, and you forget just how awesome our city is.
So
and
great.
then you forget my daughters are natives of LA, so they see it. Always see things as a Tampa kid. My daughters are seeing it like this is our hometown.
I know,
It's
that's
so
wild.
Cool.
Yeah, it's funny because the rest of the world does like to bash California, specifically Southern California. I think, it's like, and I know it's kind of like you hate us because you ain't us or whatever it is, but it is true. All of the things that have just happened, even over the last month, and it's every month.
Yeah.
We're just talking about the Netflix of the Joke Festival, which is coming up. Bert's going to be at the Forum, back where the Peppers were, and he's going to walk out on stage on his hands like Flea did. I'd like to see that. May 11th, tickets, BertBertBert.com. But the amount of events that are happening around that. You got the Tom Brady roast that's going down there. You've got the Two Bears 5K.
Yeah, so
which when Bert was in here, do you remember, Allie, the first time we were about to run a 5K, we asked Bert for advice because he had run.
Yeah,
this guy
he
ran a
just
marathon with no training at all.
Right, and then this 5K that you're doing is you're encouraging anyone who has never run a 5K and is not qualified or trained for even one day.
It's all paramedics there. That's it. It's all paramedics standing by.
It's going to be, and our whole thing is 5K is very achievable, and like I said, I love eventizing life. I love buying tickets to a concert. I love signing up for a 5K.
Well, you want something to look forward to always.
I don't
right?
understand people that don't.
Yeah.
I look at my weekends as either like this weekend I'm in Chicago, that's going to be a blast. But I always look to like on my weekends off, what are we going to do this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And this 5K, Tom and I were just kind of on a lark doing the podcast, and we were both getting in shape. We're like, we should incentivize our fans to get in shape, and we started doing it. And then all of a sudden, everyone, like Jelly Roll was the first person to hit us up. He was like, dude, I'm doing the 5K.
Yeah, but is he going to train?
He's training right now.
Oh, okay.
I get FaceTimes from him all the time on his trails. He's like, when does this get better, dog?
Those must be sweaty FaceTimes.
Yeah, my favorite is when they first kicked it off. They really peer pressured you like FaceTimed every person you know, especially the ones that are not in great shape. Like you didn't call Rogan right out of the gate.
No,
you
no.
called
Rogan's not coming.
You called a lot of guys that are not in great shape, and you're like, "Are you gonna do it?" And they're like, "I don't know, man. I'm busy."
Stavy, Tim Dillon, Shane Gillis.
Yeah, it's like already we're at like 1,200 pounds.
Louis C.K.
Yeah, but also for, it's not like I run a whole lot, but the adrenaline does get you pretty far on the day of. Like,
it's
even if you
only 3
don't run,
miles.
because when I did a 5K
3.2.
after I had given birth, I was only a few months after I'd given birth, and the adrenaline, like took me a long ass time to do it, but everyone being around you and encouraging you, and you're in a group, and then you get to see the finish line, and even though every part of your body hurts, you can somehow make it happen.
So what we did here, because the last 2 years we've run in this 5K at the OC, and we wanted to make it more fun, so we had a wheel of challenges to make it more difficult, even though 5K was hard enough. Last year I ran it blindfolded.
Whoa.
Jake ran it. And Jake, you had high heels on last year? Is that right?
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, he ran high heels the whole time.
I did
my
it in a
God.
full snowsuit.
Oh, last year you were snowboard gear, full snowboard gear.
Yep.
Ali almost died of heat stroke last
I
year.
did. It was so damn hot.
Yeah. So we did and then the year before you were in a diaper, and I had one shoe on.
You had one shoe.
Yeah. So you can make it even harder.
I did one that I thought was a pub crawl. And it started at a brewery, and I started drinking at the brewery going, well, we're just going to run to the next bar.
You didn't realize it was a 5K?
And it's just straight up 5K. I killed 7 beers before it.
Oh my
and then, like an idiot, I was like, I love to, when they shoot the gun, I love to sprint and be the first one out. And I almost threw up.
Yeah.
5Ks are very, very doable. If you're listening right now, we have set it up. It's at the Rose Bowl. It is going to be littered with celebrities. We have pulled all our punches. Michelle Wolf, Cam Haynes, Shane Gillis, Stavros, Tim Dillon, Mark Normand, Louis C.K. I mean, we've reached out to everyone, and know that Tom Brady's roast is on the 5th, and Tom and I will be going to it. I don't know if we're going to be performing at it. We'll be going to it, and we're getting Jeff Bezos. We're getting everyone that's going to the Tom Brady's roast to do it. We're going to get everyone.
2bears5k.com. We'll put the link up on our socials. And now it's time for the machine to battle a machine. Bert Kreischer, the machine, battling AI technology and questions that this man's had life experiences. He should do well. Everyone on the phone, every line is full. People want to win tickets to your show upcoming at the Kia Forum, BertBert.com to buy them, but let's go ahead and give you a chance to win them. Sean, the first question we have for Bert in this edition of Machine versus the Machine is, what is the best way to battle a brutal hangover?
Oh.
Now, we have AI's answer, but we also have Bert's answer. Who do you think will give a better answer?
Well,
Sean.
I definitely think Bert.
Yeah.
Okay, he's putting his
Hands
money on
down.
the man, the machine, the original machine versus the AI machine. Bert, we'll let you go first. What is the best way to handle a brutal hangover?
Well, pro move, you got to get an IV. You got to get up early. You got to work out, and you got to do a hard workout, maybe a run or some weightlifting. Then you need a sauna. Then you need to polar plunge.
Oh, my God.
And that's what I did this morning.
It's all
That's what I did
extreme.
this morning.
Everything
Yeah.
in Bert's life seems so extreme. It is nothing regular temperature. He's also in negative 40-degree water.
44 degrees.
Right. It's like it's out of control.
For 3 minutes.
And that will cure you up in a hangover.
15 minutes in the sauna, and then 3 minutes in the polar plunge. And I work out hard. Like, work out really, really hard, and just pay the tax from the night before. You feel like you're going to die. You're not going to die. Some people die, but you're not going to die. But just push it really hard. And I'm telling you right now, I am humming. I feel amazing. I have a coffee, iced coffee with a protein shake inside it. I feel amazing. I have 2 Zins in. Couldn't be better.
I wonder if AI is going to say the exact same thing.
Let's see I don't think the AI can go in the cold plunge. I think it would break. But here's what the AI says.
The best way to cure a hangover is to hydrate by drinking plenty of water, replenish electrolytes with sports drinks or coconut water, eat a nutritious meal to restore energy levels, and get some rest.
I'm going to say Bert's
Lame.
right. I think Bert wins that one.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, you made the right move going with the machine over the machine. So hold on 1 second, all right?
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
Yeah, enjoy the show.
And
Hold
the
on.
thing with staying hydrated is I feel like it's kind of, you have to do it throughout. You
Oh,
can't
no,
just
no,
try
no.
and make up
No,
for it
no.
afterwards.
Styrofoam cups, 32-ounce styrofoam cups, and right before you go to bed, you just murder 2 of them. You murder 2 of them. You have 64 ounces of fluid in you. You're going to pee through the night, but that's
wake up
okay.
feeling
You're going
good.
to wake up, and you're not going to feel.
Flush out your
you flush
system.
out your system.
This is the next question for the machine versus the machine. It's Bert Kreischer, a human man battling AI technology and ChatGPT. Alexa, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Hey, guys.
Hi. Good morning. Tickets up for grabs to see Bert at the Kia Forum, May 11th. Netflix is a Joke Festival, BertBert.com.
What an unfortunate name.
It is a terrible
yeah, I know.
name.
I hear it all the time.
My daughter had a
Guys at
friend
bars
named
are the
Alexa,
worst.
And they just changed
and
it,
then
right?
she went to her parents. She's like, Mr. Kreischer won't stop yelling at me. He wants
Yeah,
me to
but
set
like the
timers.
first
He
half
wants
of
to
your
know.
life, it was like a great name.
Yeah.
What's the recipe
Can
for
you believe
quiche?
Tom Cruise named his daughter Siri?
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, Siri.
Yeah.
All right, here's the question.
me, it's so unfortunate.
This is for Bert and for Alexa and, of course, the machine. What is the best way to sneak booze into a venue?
Oh, come on.
Who's going to have a better answer? The AI technology, the actual machine, or Bert Kreischer, the machine?
I feel like Bert has firsthand experience, so it's got to be him.
All right. Once again, everyone's putting their faith in humanity. Bert, what is the best way to sneak booze into a concert?
With a patsy. You need one patsy to go in first and look guilty. Look and put something on them, like bagels. Put bagels in their pockets.
Right, something.
Yeah, something
To
to
divert
distract
the
them.
attention?
Yeah, so you get them. They focus on that person, and you slide through with the booze.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's-
that's a key move. I did that all through college.
Have you ever
what-
been the Patsy?
I was great at the patsy. I put bagels and lox in a fanny pack, and then walking in, I'd look really, really guilty, and they'd be like, "Okay, pull it over."
got over here.
And then I'd go, "No," and I would create a distraction. My buddies would go through, and they go, "You have bagels and lox and cream cheese?" I was like, "I just was really in a hunkering for it, and I know you don't have it here, and I know I can't bring in food, and they'd be like, "Oh, just throw it away."
All right, that's what
Man,
Bert
what a
says.
waste of locks.
That's the machine. Let's find out what the actual AI technology says.
It's important to follow the rules and regulations of the venue and event organizers. Sneaking items into a concert is not only against the rules, but also disrespectful to the organizers and performers. That being said, just gerbil it in your butt.
Oh.
Oh, my God.
Oh. Wow.
AI technology took it to the
Hey,
next level.
pass me that vape pen, would you? Oh, give me a sec. I gotta go to the bathroom and get my keef out.
I'll take the bagels, too.
Bert's right again. Bert gerbils a dozen, Baker's dozen bagels. No problem. All right, Kyla, we give you the last one, and then we have to move on. Kyla, you ready for this? Kayla?
Yeah.
Justin. Sorry, I'm saying your name wrong. Hey, what's up,
Jesus.
Justin? You're on KROQ. What's up? That was way off.
Hey.
Justin, here we go. This is it. Bert likes to be shirtless. So we asked AI technology, an actual machine, where is one place that is not appropriate for even a man to be shirtless?
Ooh.
I don't think Bert thinks there's any place that's not appropriate, but who do you want to go with? Bert, the machine, or the actual AI technology machine?
This is hard. There's nowhere that's not appropriate for Bert to take his shirt off. Mm-hmm. Because the March 2
And we lost you.
I peed next to him to use the grunter, so I'm going with the grunter guy.
All right. He's saying it's you. He's saying it's you.
Oh, yeah,
You're
it's
going to
me.
know. Where's one place that would be inappropriate for a guy to take his shirt off?
I've been kicked out of this place 3 times for taking my shirt off. And you're going to be shocked when I tell you, and I'm not, no slight on this organization, Buffalo Wild Wings.
What?
Really?
Every time I take my shirt off, they kick me out.
No
But it's
way.
wild.
They play UFC fights, and anytime I get excited, Conor McGregor knocked out Jose Aldo, and I rip my shirt off, and every time I've been kicked out of a Buffalo Wild Wings.
If
for taking
someone
my
were to
shirt
say
off.
pick a chain restaurant that would allow a man with a shirt off, I probably would pick Buffalo Wild Wings as the go-to.
In Utah at Buffalo Wild Wings, you cannot stand and have a beer. I've been kicked out of a lot of Buffalo Wild Wings.
This is crazy. This is what the
I did not
machine
know
says.
that
I
about
got
you.
kicked out. I got kicked out once, just making sure that's the reason I got kicked out the last time.
Is this allowed? No? Okay, bye.
I was like, I knew it. I knew I couldn't take my beer to the bathroom.
It's generally not appropriate to be topless in most public places, especially where there are cultural norms or legal regulations against it. This includes places like schools, workplaces, restaurants, shops, public transportation, and religious institutions. Unless you are comedian Bert Kreischer, I want to motorboat that man.
Hey, there you go. Bert, you win again.
I feel like the thing I love about being Bert is I can take my shirt off anywhere now, and everyone loves it.
Yeah.
I did it.
That's how you prove it's you.
Yeah.
Like Clark Kent with the glasses.
It's your ID.
And by the way, I've been drunk when they've said no, and I go, hold on, you don't know who I am. It's my thing.
It's my thing. You don't know me. You should know me.
If Google me, it's okay.
Bert, we absolutely love it when you come by. We cannot thank you enough for stopping by to hang
love
out
you
with us.
guys.
Once again, we'll put up the links to everything Bert's got going on here. We'll give you the half of this song that we cut off to continue with Bert. You interrupted the Smashing Pumpkins, Bert.
I
How
didn't
dare
hit
you.
the post.
That's all right. We do that sometimes. KROQ, we'll wrap up the show next.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ.
KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.